Alright, so today in this video we're going to do a mod review. We just bought some combination rippers made by John Deere of the 2720 model. We're at Tractor Supply Company, the John Deere dealer. What I ended up doing is buying, as you can see, we got a convoy. So I bought, I think, 5 of these things. I think I got the 6th one out in the field right now with another tractor. We're going to try to use these with modded tractors and with the in-game stock tractors. It says it's got a cutting width of 9 meters. We're gonna test that. It says that you can pull it up to 12 miles per hour. We're gonna test that as well. This ripper requires you to have 465 horsepower in order to pull it. We're gonna try way oversized tractors, and we're gonna try tractors that match up. And we might even just bring over a tractor that's like 200 horse and see what it does. Typically, it just will pull it, but at like 2 miles an hour. So, let's go. Backing up traffic. Watch out here. We got all these tractors, all these rippers. I'm going to take it over here to this field. This map is Wood Meadow Farm. We're just going to go along the side here and test some of the stuff out. This ripper is nice. It says it's 9 meters. It's wide. Oh, we got an accident up there. Oh no. Oh no. It's like a monster truck rally. Get the Coors Light. Let's see if we can help these guys out here. Oh, up on the Ford Bronco. Oh no, he's still spinning them wheels. Okay, let's get him off. We're using Follow Me mod to get these guys all to follow me. Ooh, there, we're just gonna do the complete circle. Here we got tire marks on his truck, and then it's gonna be his turn. Super. Look at that. He's got the full mount going too. So you got the case right here. Give him more details in a little bit. It's a New Holland T9. Look at that. You could see underneath it. It's really clean. You know, all these tractors I bought were new. Let's get him off. Yeah. There we go. Yeah. Would like it if you could push around the AI vehicles instead of them, you know, acting like they're solid concrete. You know, maybe even make some collisions. I don't know. Okay, here we go. Let's follow this guy. Let's get out. We'll follow this guy. So Follow Me mod. You could press right, Control, and F. He'll follow the next guy in front of you. You probably know how to use it already. Holding down Control, you can press W and S for increasing or decreasing the follow distance. You can press A and D while holding right Control, and that will give you your offset left and right. So just a quick run over. So we are following him. It just follows the next guy. Now when you're in a vehicle in front, you could press right shift, and right shift is going to bring up the follower behind you. Right shift, you can control the guy behind you. If you press right shift W, it's going to decrease his distance. If you press S, it will increase his distance. Same thing with A and D. You can change his offset to the right or to the left if need be. Anyway, that's the quick rundown of Follow Me. The Follow Me mod. Alright, here we go. So, we got the convoy. I tried doing this Follow Me mod, not a review, just using it to try to farm with like 5 tractors. And I was able to use 5 tractors, one to mow, the next to windrow, the next to bale, the next to wrap, the next with the truck with an automatic trailer to pick up. Had that going. Had a hard worker in the front one. Went back to the store, got 3 more because I had another field I wanted to plow, cultivate, and seed. And the thing broke. Anyway, here we go. Let's go. Let's make a couple passes on this field right here. So we're going to jump out. Let's stop all these guys. Control F shuts it off. They hop out. Nobody's in there. Might be a quicker way to do this. I don't know. This is how I do it. Okay, so this here, we got the New Holland T9 480. Now the T9 480 is just enough horsepower, at least just enough advertised horsepower to pull this ripper. We got 469, we need 465 to pull the ripper. Interesting. We're going to find out how that goes. Then we got the same ripper, John Deere. It's a nice mod, but there's some things I just don't like about it. Typically what I do is I just get frustrated with this mod. I leave it in a field to rust for years and never look back. But with these big fields, you know, we're in wood metal farm. With these big fields, man, you need all the width you can get. Otherwise this stuff takes forever. Hired workers will break you. They will break the bank. So if you got to do it yourself, you want as many, I should say, the least amount of passes as possible to get this field done. Anywho. Alright, we got the K620 quad track. This is a tractor that a lot of folks like to get as like their, I don't know, I guess towards end game. Once they start making some fat bank, they want to start getting some nice equipment. I typically see this with guys that have $1 million or 2 or 3 in the bank. So we got the Case quad track. It's 412K. 525 horse. So we're over, not much, but we're over. Like I said, you need 465 horse, so do the math. 40, 20, 60-ish. 60, more horsepower. Okay, so we got one of those. The other next one we got is a mod. So the last two were in-game. If you bought the regular game, no downloadable content or whatever, I think as far as DLC goes, it's just the Coon Pack. So those two, the Case and the New Holland, come with the game. This one here is a mod. A very nice mod. I like it. The coloring could seem off at times, but that just might be the lighting. It looks like a matte green finish. This is the 9560. You can see right here, just a little bit of difference between the tractor green and the trailer green. Who's right, who's wrong? I don't know. But there are some mods out there that are like a bright green, like a Monster Energy drink green, and that's not right. Alright, so the John Deere 9560 RT. That one, like I said, is a mod. And we got a lot of mods in here. We got a lot of mods right here. This 9RT, when you purchase this, you can select what engine you want. We got the biggest one, the 9560 RT, which is 560 horse. Now we're increasing it almost 100 horse over what's required for that ripper, 560 horse. So we're going to try that one. But that's a very nice mod. Links in the descriptions for these mods. The ripper, this John Deere, and probably this tractor too, though here we go, the green coloring. It's the brighter colors. Brighter green, brighter yellow. You know, I mean, what tickles your fancy? Nice logos on the front tanks. I think those are just gasoline tanks, so to wait. Okay, so this one is the 9560R. Now the 9560R mod that I have it doesn't say how many horsepower it comes with. Right here, this 9560R 3-point. It's $130 a day, which is a deal for a tractor this large, for sure. But it doesn't say how many horsepower. So we'll find out. I think it's got a lot. I would say it's got 500. Maybe it's got more. Maybe it's got 1500. I don't know, you know. So we're going to try it out with this ripper. So what we're going to end up doing is make a couple passes here. Let's make a couple passes with this ripper. Those are the tractors that we're going to use. This is the ripper. So I got GPS mod to line up. That's going to tell us our width as well. Let's turn that on. Right, new setup. We're just going to make a pass. You could click new if you want. Boom. Work width. It's going to automatically adjust what that work width is. You can open the ripper. It's giving it some offset, probably because I'm not totally lined up, or because the ripper isn't right, as far as it cuts more over on one side than the other. You can see those lines don't look right already. Let's get this lined up. Let's see what happens here. I mean, it's close. It's close. Hang over a little bit. Looks pretty even on both sides. We put it down. See what we're getting here. It's down. It cuts like crap. Now, if you look on the GPS mod here, it says 8.5, 8.5. 8.5 meters wide. It was advertised to be 9 meters wide, wasn't it? Pretty sure it was. Now I auto-adjusted it again and it did get bigger. It got to 8.6. So let's follow this path a little bit and see what we get. You can see some of the complaints that I have already about it. It does not cut perfect. It cuts spotty at best. Okay, we're going 9. It's advertised that we can pull this thing at 12 if we have the correct horsepower. We probably don't have 565 horse in this tractor then, right? I mean, I think that would be a safe bet. Now that we've been on this path, let's see if we can readjust our width. And it got smaller again. So 8.5. But it does look like we're cutting a little bit more. The start-stop seems to kill this thing. So let's just put it in cruise and go all the way down. See, we're speeding up downhill. It is not cutting till we slow down. So I think one thing you can say about this is that if you are going over the speed limit it requires, you are not going to cut. But we've been in that 10, 11, 12 range right now even, and it's still missing. And for me, that's unacceptable. See how far we got to the edge of this field. We got a ways to go here to the edge of the field. So there, boom, you know, we got cruise on 23, we're going, you know, 10, 11, 12 miles an hour, it's still missing. So let's stop. Let's adjust our cruise control down to the required speed. It says 12. It can cut at 12 miles an hour. So we set it at 12. You can see that on the bottom right, unless the watermark's in the way. But it's at 12. Now we put the cruise control on. We're still lined up with GPS mod. You can see, oh, there's big spots there. And we're not even going that fast. Now we're going down to 7, 8. Maybe we're going up a hill. We are. We're reaching the end of the field. It's still missing. So even we're going up a hill going slow, and it's still missing some of these spots. So is it the map? Because now we got that to worry about. We're on a modded map. Oopsie. I'm messing this all up. The mod map maybe has some issues going on with the fields. Maybe. But let's see what happens if I manually go over this slow. Let's take her down. Right, let's bump it. Let's see what we get. Looks like it's cut, and I see the dust. Looks like we're going over it. Oh, it wants to miss that spot. Till I stopped. Then it picked up just that little bit on the end. And you can see there we cleaned it up. So now the other thing I noticed is when you come off this field, it speeds up. I never picked up this ripper. It's still in the ground, right? V, lift plow. Here, I'll lift it. It's up. V, it's back down. I'm going faster on the grass, even though it appears to be still digging in. You can see. Right, look at that. You can see the dirt in there. Okay, I'm just not plowing. Now, as you've probably seen with all the other plows, it's still going to slow you down even though it's not visually plowing because of your setting allow create fields or stick to current fields. So the other thing we want to check out here, because we do speed up on the grass even though it's still down. What does it do when we get back on the field? See, I'm pulling this thing 23 miles an hour and it's down. So let's just put her on cruise to 12 and see what we get coming into this field. Okay, good start. I like it. Now we're missing. See, it really gets to me there. No, missed again. So, all right. So is 12 a good? Is 12 a good speed to pull this thing? I don't know. Let's go down one. Maybe 12 is at its limit, depending on the situation of, say, the modder using this plow on a field. Like, say, maybe Goldcrest Valley's got small fields that are flat, not on a hill, no curvature. Okay, let's try that. We set it at 11. We press 3. Let's see when it misses. Yeah, it's spotty now. Spotty. Let's go down again. I want to know when this thing is not going to miss. Okay, we're at 10 right now. Now we're at 10. Let's see if, no, it just missed again. I'm not turning anything. The tractor's in GPS mod. It's going straight. It's locked in. Well, what's going on here? We're still missing. Our crop is not going to grow there. Or as much there. Is it a big deal? Yeah, because I'm taking the time to plow this big field and it's not getting everything. So this ripper's very irritating. We're going uphill, we're going slower. We're 6 miles an hour? What, there's 6? No, it's still missing even going slower uphill. It's good, it's bad. It's good, it's bad. It's, I don't know. I really wish this mod worked like it should. Dig into the ground. If you tell me I can pull at 12 miles an hour, let me pull it at 12 miles an hour. If it's 10, fine. Then make it 10. But if I'm doing everything I think I should be doing, then this thing should be flawless, right? But again, maybe then it's this tractor. Maybe it's the modded tractor. So we're going to make a turn here. But one other thing that I noticed messing around with this ripper is that when you're on the edge of a field, now keep in mind this plow is still down. See, it's plowing. Look at that. It hits it, it misses. We're just going to edge off, veer off of this field. Look at. It doesn't want to sink in and grab, even though I'm partially on the field. And there it's grabbing. Look at how wide over, how far over on the right it is. The GPS mod might not be picking it up. The scaling on the ripper could be off. So I'm not digging in at all. I totally am on the field. I want to, like, say, I want to just get this edge. You can see it's digging in. It is not allowing me to plow this edge. The last 2, 3, 4 feet. All right, we're going to get into our other tractors here. So the other thing we kind of skipped over, though I said I wanted to do, you can see what this thing is doing. Is it the ripper? Is it the mod? Let me know down below in the comments. What's your experiences with this ripper? You have the same complaints I do? Okay, GPS mod, we're going to start new. We're going to auto adjust the working width. Still says 8.5. Let's cut a little bit, right? Let's see if we can get it to cut enough so we can calculate how wide it's actually cutting. Okay, we got some, it goes out. Okay, let me lock in the GPS mod first. Okay, we locked in, we've been going for a little bit. Looks good there. Okay, so the one on the left looks right. I would say that's pretty close. The one on the right looks like we can add a little bit. So it's a little bit wide, which means we're going to have to widen it and then change the offset on it, right? Because where it's cutting here to where the line is on the left side, where it's cutting to where our red line is to where the edge of the ripper is, don't line up. On this side, where our red line is to where it's cutting to where the edge of the ripper is, doesn't line up. So over on the left side, the ripper's off. Over on the right side, GPS mod's off. Let's see if we can't change that. So let's widen it, work with a little bit more. But see, now we're going to have an offset. What we widen it, widens it on both sides. See that? Looks a little closer, right? I don't know. Work with. We're at 9 right now. It says 9. So we're back on GPS mod. Let's see what happens here. I mean, that looks better. Maybe it did even out. But see, again, it's spotty. So how do you know? Let's just go down to 9 once. Set it on cruise. 9 miles an hour cruise control going. Let's see what happens. See, it's missing again. Missing a lot. This hill. I'm only going 9 miles an hour. I think that there's something in this ripper that detects when it's close, like when it's down or close to a field, and maybe going over a hill takes that whatever senses the field too far away and it doesn't cut. Like, say, the difference between being on a field and grass, because when I take this on the grass, it don't cut anything, even though it appears to be down. But when I'm on a field, we're missing a whole lot. This thing says 9. I would say 9's fairly accurate. I think 8.5 would be a little bit more, but then it seems would be a little bit more accurate, but then it seems like you might not be cutting everything, you know. So if I make it, I'm going to lift it, I'm going to make a turn, we'll go back on this, right next to what we just cut. Let's put it down. We're cutting, we're missing, but it looks right. It looks like it would just continue on when it does cut. You know, that would be the right sides, right side to right side coming down and then turn it around, right. Okay, now when we go left, let's see if the left side matches up. So we hooked up the GPS mod, we're on cruise. That looks like it would match too. I mean, you can see where it's cutting. It comes right up to just about in the middle of your screen on the ripper edge. It comes up to that other one that's cut when it does cut. So I would say, yeah, okay, this is 9. I would say this is 9 meters wide. You just got to do a little bit adjusting with GPS mod if they don't detect it, because like I said, when you automatically detect the working with, boom, wants to change it to 8.5. If you like overlap, stick with the 8.5. If you like doing what the mod says, well, do 9. Or go somewhere in the middle, 8.7, whatever. Whatever tickles your fancy. Alright, so I'm pretty much done with this tractor and trailer. Let's get into another one. Here's our next one. Let's see what we get here. We're going to do the same thing. We're just going to take it down on a pass, put it regular cruise control, right? Unfold it. Get GPS mod out. I'm going to put the blade down. We're just going to follow a path. Here we go. I'm just setting cruise. Cruise is going to be at 26 miles an hour. Let's see what happens here. That's not doing anything. Now check it out. F1, look at it says lift plow, so the plow is down. It is not cutting with this, and this is a modded tractor again as well. So what gets this tractor to cut with this ripper? GPS mod's not going to help. I mean, we can automatically detect working with all day. That says 8.6 now on this tractor. Maybe it holds it differently. I don't know. So if we put cruise on, we're not cutting anything. We're just going to speed up all the way at 26, right? So we're going to have to turn it down. We got to turn it down to 12 because that's how it's advertised. You need 465 horse to pull the ripper. This tractor here is overpowered, way overpowered. Oops. Remember, like I said, but it's a modded tractor. So this tractor here is, let's click on it. We got the biggest one, the 9560. That's 560 horse. That's like 100 horse over, 95 horse over what they require in order to pull the ripper. So we set our cruise down to 12. We're going to go on cruise control. Our plow is still down, and we're still not cutting. Let's slow it down until we start cutting. We're at 11. Going down that ugly hill. Oh, it's starting to cut once we hit the bottom. And we're at 11. We're still spotty though. Let's go down again. 10. Okay, so we're just going to do every other. We're getting close. 9. We're still not happy with 9. 8. Nothing at 8. Let's just stop it once. Let's stop and start it maybe. Start, stop. No, you can see. You can see we're digging in. We're just not cutting this field. What about 7? 7 at, no, I thought 7. 6? No. Little. 5? Could it be too high? I mean, it looks like it's down, but can it be just too high overall? 5? You know, it comes up like levels up. Maybe we need like an offset down hitch for this thing. Maybe it's bringing it up too high out of the dirt. That could be something, right? Maybe the way the tractor hitch sits on the tractor is too high for the ripper. But there is no adjustment on the tractor or the ripper for, like, say, ride height. If we could sink this ripper down into the ground, then it would work. Might be onto something there. You can only use it with certain tractors because the height of the hitch off the ground. I mean, it looks like the back is down further than the front if you're looking at the ripper, right? We're at 5 miles an hour. It wants to bounce up and down. I mean, the front tires on the ripper aren't even being utilized. They're just spinning in the air. Let's go to 4. Does that do it? No. And then, you know, again, if I got to plow this whole field at 4 miles an hour, how long is that going to take? Even if this plow is 9 meters wide, it's going to take forever. I'd be better off getting a different plow at like 6 meters and going at 12 miles an hour, you know, or 7 or whatever. So this ain't going to work, at least not with this tractor. This tractor is great though, but just the way that the ripper sits on the tractor, I think, is what affects it. Let's get this thing out of here. Yeah, we could leave it right here. Oh, well, we got the case, the 620. Now this one, remember, because I don't, the case, right here, the case quad track, has 525 horse. So we're getting down now, we're getting a little bit closer. Remember the first tractor we did, we didn't know what the horsepower was. The second one was the one we just did, which was about 100 horsepower over its requirement. This one is 525. 525 is what? 40, 60. I think we talked about that when we were talking about the tractor. It's about 60 horsepower over. So this is the one we're going to try next. Go ahead and unfold this ripper. Let's just get going here. We're going to do the same thing. We'll get GPS mod up. Going to ride the line for a little bit. We're going to put our plow down. And then we're going to just go with the cruise control. See what happens. And we aren't... Oh, look at that. We got a little bit. It's bringing us down to 12. No, that looks really good. So, what's the difference? How does our ripper look? Oh, we're going down the hill. That messed us up. But then we slowed down and we started cutting again. I don't know. The ripper looks like it's down further in the back than it is in the front. The front wheels on the ripper are still freewheeling. I think this thing could go down more. But I really don't know why it's doing what it's doing. Maybe it is just a hair lower. The hitch is just a hair lower on this tractor than the other one. Maybe that's all it is. But this is by far the best. The best giddy up we've tried so far. We're reaching the edge of our field. Let's just turn around. Let's see what this thing does on here. Does it just go fast? Yeah, it's going a little faster, but not much faster. Let's follow our line here. Put back on cruise. Boom, digs right in. Awesome. And that looks really good. Oh, the other thing that we didn't do though is auto detect our width. So we'll auto detect the width. It's detecting it at 8.5. Let's see what that looks like. I mean, that looks really good. It looks like we're coming way out on the right side of it there. So the left side's matching up really nice. You could even widen it as you're going, right? So let's do that. 8.7. It's going to keep on that line with the extra width. Slowly moves over. Looks like we took up just a little bit. Let's try one more bump. 8.8. Uphill. Not too bad. Missed a little bit. Missed, yeah, see, I think it's too long for that type of arc on the hill, you know. It's almost like when your truck gets stuck on a snowbank right in the middle. Your wheels aren't gonna touch, and so you start floating, and I think maybe that's what this Ripper's doing. But we're going 12, and that pass was really quick. Now, the other question is yeah, okay, you go get this mod. Do you have to try every tractor at the store in order to figure out which one works right? Yeah, probably, because I would go with my go-to tractors and this Ripper wouldn't be working. I would waste the money in leasing this Ripper or buying it and then taking a loss, returning it right away or selling it back. So I guess what I recommend doing is save your game, buy all the tractors, at least all the tractors that have the horsepower requirement to pull this, and see which one works best. So far this case works the best with it. And this is the first time I used this case. I've never pulled this Ripper with this tractor. And from my experience right now, if you didn't have this big hill over there, we wouldn't even notice that this thing would be messing up. But since we have that hill, we see a big area that it misses. Like I said, I mean, we got it on cruise at 26 miles an hour. It's pulling at 12 all day. And we missed there because of our width before. This next pass, we're going to turn this thing up. Let's turn this up to 9. Missed a little bit there. Not sure why. We are going to have probably those random misses, but still, thus far, this has been the best to us. Alright, let's change that work width. Let's go up to 9. We got the cruise. Let's just set the cruise down to 12. And let's carry on. Let's see what happens here. Well, let's see. Missing a little bit there. The in between doesn't look like it's overlapping at 9. You know, the offset's wrong. You can see it's cutting so much on the right. So let's offset it right. So you got to offset it right to bring the tractor right. No, that's not working either. Maybe I'm doing it backwards. So you got to offset it left to bring the tractor right. So that brings the tractor left. Yeah, that's the way. Okay, we have to bring the tractor left. That's working out nice now. Well, for the offset. But just like some of those other small plows that come way off on the side, I forget what they're called. The offset on those get tricky, especially when you're flipping them from one side to the other when you make a turn to do another pass on a field. But this looks pretty good. Look at, I mean, the right side looks good, left side we're butting up to the plowing we just did the previous pass. Let's make one more pass, see what we get. On the same offset, set the cruise control on, it's at 12. See what we're getting here. I mean, that looks good. I can deal with that, you know. The right side looks great. The left side, we got a little bit of room for overlap per our dotted red line. But this is turning out pretty good, you know. So I can see this ripper being utilized on flat fields. We're going to miss this whole chunk here. Look at this hill. Look at that. Missed all that. This hill kills this ripper. So hilly fields, no, don't get it. We're coming back to flat again and we're still not cutting. Why? I have no idea. We're going 12. Let's stop and start. Okay, stopped it. Just going to hit the cruise again. Maybe we gained too much speed off that hill and it never sunk back in again. I don't know. Maybe we got to go to 11. miles an hour? But we're cutting now at 12, but that hill messed us up. No, we missed there. Let's go down one. 11. We're coming back up a hill. Okay, maybe that's why we're missing again. Coming back up a hill. I would say that's pretty touchy, though. I mean, this isn't a bad hill, and it's fairly flat. It's just that it's on a hill. You know? But we're not cutting. We're cutting now. We're cutting going the other way. We're going down. Down the hill instead of up the hill. No, we're missing. So if I put a hired worker in here and come back, I'm probably going to fire him. You know, if you hire a worker for what would this field cost? $100,000? Here, cut this field. And then you come back and find out it's all spotty like this and half done and you got to go through it again. Oh man, that would not be good. We're at 11. We're cutting decent. We're cutting decent. I still think that we're on... I still think we're on something here to where the tractor needs to sit lower. The hitch needs to sit lower to the ground for the ripper to sink in. It just doesn't... looks weird, you know. So we cut some of that going up. Let's go back down. See if we keep this fairly straight. Oh, losing it. Here we go. Now what I want to do is I want to go down to like say 10 miles an hour and see if pulling this thing slower up this hill, how slow for it to cut. We're not cutting there. Maybe I just bump it up the hill. Is that going to cut then? No. Just bumping it up the hill. Can you hear my finger? Oh, we got a little bit there. No, that's not going to work. Well, let's just set it to 2. 2 miles an hour. What are we going to get with 2? We're getting nothing. We're coming back up on top of this hill. Three 3 miles an hour, still nothing. 4, we got a little bit there at 3, 4, nothing. So what happened now? This thing does not want to cut. Speed up. We're not cutting. Plowing, cutting, whatever. It's in the ground. Are we up? No, it says V to lift the plow, so this plow is down. Are we going a weird hill, like, say, this way from left to right? It's too hilly or something? Let's go back on that path and see. It's still down. Ripper is still down. Cruise on 4 miles an hour. We're going back onto it. That's cut. Let's go up. 5 miles an hour. 6. But see, we always started out well till we got to that that hill. 8? Still cutting? Still cutting, still looking good. 9? 9 still looks pretty good. I mean, we're going to notice it at that hill. And going down seemed to be better for us than going up. Oh, we just started the crest of that hill and it stopped cutting. If we can get the ripper to sit into the ground more, per whatever tractor would allow it to do that, I think then this ripper is going to work like it should. But right now, it looks like, just like with all the other tractors, this ripper is sitting up in the front compared to the back. I think I'm about done with this one. Tab into another one here. Now this one, remember we said this one just cuts it. This one has, was it 469 horse? We need 465 horse. So the tractor is 469, the ripper's 465. Let's see what we get with this. We're going to start out the same way. Let's unfold it. Let's back up. Let's get our GPS mod up. Now this to me just seems like the case but without the tracks. And there's a mod out there that would put tracks on this tractor. So let's see what we get here. Okay, we're going to go. We got to put it down, lower plow, V. We're going to connect to our line via GPS. And we're not cutting at all. It's going to be the same crap, I think. See, it almost looks like the front blades, the bladed wheels right there, these bladed wheels almost looks like they're out of the ground. Put the cruise on, let's see what we get. We're connected to our line that plows down. Very minimal, little bit, look at that. It just wants to pull the hell out of it. Oh, weird, that's weird. We're getting some, still connected to GPS here. It's probably the dig and the stop. Stop at once. Now we're in. Why? I don't know. Oh, it's in the ground. Now we're pulling. Not sure what the difference was. It always seems like it's the ground though. The ground and how the ripper sits into it. Again, we might be up higher with this hitch. Just like the other tractors. And I don't know if there's a tractor that's got the horsepower that's like a mid-size or smaller tractor than all these big heavy duty ones. It's pulling nice now, but it's not pulling 12 miles an hour either. We are going uphill. We are going uphill. Still seems like it's coming out of the ground. Well, let's turn around here. See if we get back on this other line. We also got to, we also got to self-detect the width. We didn't do that yet. It's probably going to get us all squirrely. Here, stop them, start them again. No, let's go down on our MPGs here for the cruise. Let's go to 12. We're at 12 right now. Seems to be fine. We changed the work width. Remember, we didn't change the offset though. So, is this ripper cut at 9 meters? Yes. Yes, it does. But you're going to have some offset to it. It's not perfect. So it does cut at 9 meters, but there is offset to it. See, it came out of, looked like it came out of the ground there. See, like a dark. It's cut nice. same thing like the other case, but we got tires, you know, the tire height higher than the track height. I don't know. Smaller than the track height? I don't know. We've been through enough tractors so far that I think it's safe to say that thus far, you're not going to get a tractor that's going to allow this ripper to cut from one side to the other. Though we are cutting, we cut up the hill. Do it again here. See, never took the plow off the ground, but it did speed up. Put the cruise on, away we go. Let's take this setup down the hill and see what we get. So far so good. Like I said, we got to have some offset. I didn't put it in this one, so we have the overlap. And the overlap so far is working out well. That's a lot of overlap. You're almost a row and a half overlap. Alright, now we're going to start messing up here. Let's see what happens. Oop, little bit. And there we go. Coming down the hill. Now the hill over here isn't as steep as the hill that's just west of us. So it's progressively getting better, maybe because that hill's getting to be less and less. You know, it looks like it's going to start leveling out after a while. So very minimal complications with that hill with this setup. But if we take this tractor, and we could do that right now, let's take this tractor to where the big part of the hill is and see if it will cut over there. We got some spotty cutting going on here. This looks like a big part of the hill that has not been cut yet. Let's put this thing down. We got our cruise on, and we're going to start. Let's start here. Let's go. Cruise is on. Locked into GPS. Not digging in. Oh, wait. Now that I picked it up, I don't think we put it down. Press F1, yeah. When you pick it up, it doesn't keep that setting. You have to lower it. Okay. Should have known better. Let's go to this one here. Let's lower it. Good. Looks like it's digging in. We see some dirt. It started doing something. Set the cruise on. We're locked into GPS. We are down. Look at that lift plow for V, so we're in the ground. This is a steep part of the hill. We are not doing a good job here again. We already know the case missed some of those spots too, but that was pretty good. Oh. Alright. That's that. Stock tractors, mod tractors. Let's try a small tractor. Okay, what tractor should we try? And then that's going to conclude this. We need 465 horse. So let's just use a stock tractor instead of mods. What can we get that's 465 horse? No, I think that's where it stops, right here between these two. The CVX and the T9 says 384, but now it's tracked. Ultra, the Fent. Fent's usually my typical go-to tractor. Let's try that one, right? Let's try that. Let's get the beefiest one we can at 390. Wheel setup. You know, I don't know what helps. We get twin wheels. We probably would need it to pull this, right? Does it help, or is it for looks? I don't know. Let's bring that baby over here. There, we got twin wheels. Super. Let's bring that over there. Let's see if this works. this should be a little lower than the other tractor. Still a large tractor, but not large in comparison to these other ones, I thought. Yeah, let's see here. Let's put this side by side here. He does look bigger, but maybe it's just the tallness of the cab. The wheels look like they're the same height. Yeah, wheels look like they're the same height. The front ones are, oh, maybe even a little bit taller, unless I'm sitting weird. Front ones are smaller. We don't worry about those. We want to know about the back ones because this is where we're going to be pulling it. I would say it's hard to tell. Hard to tell because of the ground. If anything, they're the same, or the fence a hair taller. Disconnect this thing, get this off. This doesn't look like a big tractor though. The joint like that. Ooh, oh, I should have put the e-brake on. Put the fent on here. Maybe it'll sink in. Maybe the other one was sunk in. Maybe it won't connect at all. Oh, we got it. Well, we pull it like this, no problem. What do we got to do here? Oh, the plow is down. The plow is down. Lift plow V. We lifted it. We're putting it in. The blades and everything are in the ground. Let's turn the... No, we're going to get the same crap. So we're going to need a smaller... This thing's just going to get all squirrely. This ain't working either. We're too close in height. We want smaller, so let's go with smaller. Let's try smaller. We could try really small, but we're not going to pull it at all then. I would say all these are in the same kind of category. If you're talking, you know, 300 horse. It's a 288. What's the next size here? The T7. This would be the next size. Not this one. Probably these three. 288, 280. Are these going to pull it? Maybe. Which one? Which one? I don't know. Does it matter? I don't think so. Let's just get the New Holland. Is there an engine set up to get more? 313. Wheel setup. I don't know if it matters. Wheel weights. Does that help? Let's try wheel weights. Should keep it just from sitting up or down, depending on what you're pulling or pushing. Other than that, I didn't think it would matter too much. Made the wheel weights sit you into the ground more. The only thing I notice about wheel weights is that I don't have to put a weight in the front when I'm using some things. Especially if you got mowers in the back or something, it kind of helps, though weight helps a lot more than wheel weights. The weights in the wheels seem to still help. There we are, we're up here. Let's connect this thing. We'll pull up to the side of it right away. We should get a quick visual how much taller we are or not. And we're on a hill. That almost looks like it's a hair shorter or the same. Hair shorter or the same. Probably have to get out again too. Maybe just a hair shorter. We see this? Oh, we're on a hill. I would say a hair shorter. Just a hair short. I don't know. I wish it would say what tire sizes are. Does it say on the tires? I don't know. This is a 710 75R42. And this is dirty. R42. Kind of see they're in 75. 75, but the first numbers I can't tell. They're probably the same. It's the same size rim. 75 should be the height. The first number, the 710, should be the width. 710 would be your width. 75 is your overall height of the tire, and your rim are 42-inch rim is our 34-inch rim. So they're probably the same. Oops, let's go in this one. Disconnect this, get this off. Well, I mean, we're getting to the point of no return now. We're going to end up with just a little tractor that has no horsepower that cannot pull this unless there is another mod out there that's got some kind of modded smaller tractor going. We're pulling it. It's in the ground. Did it lift? Yeah, we're lifting it. Lower. It's in. Cruise on. No. Same tires? Could be. We're not digging in nothing. Nothing, nothing, nothing. Alright, we are... Let's just hit a long ball here once. Let's get the smallest tractor available. Let's just get the smallest one available. Same tires? I don't know. We're not going to know until we get it. What's the smallest tractor available? Here, this Hurleman? This has got to be small, right? I think it would be. Let's get this. Wheels, who cares about the... Well, do we care about the wheels? Narrow? Standard. Yeah. Standard. Let's get standard. Let's bring this thing over. Small. It's got to be a lot smaller. What do the tires say? 540, 55, R34. So these back tires are the same... about the same size as the front tires on the tractor we just used. This is definitely lower to the ground than the other one, though the hitch height might necessarily not be, if that makes sense. So even though you got a smaller tractor, they could still mount the hitch at the same height all the tractors are, which you would think would be fairly accurate. You'd think they would make it that way. Unless you would buy like an offset up or an offset down hitch, like if you drive a big truck or a small truck at home. Something to that effect. Oh, we're hooked up to it. Could barely pull the weight of it on wheels. Oh, you can see our angle here. We are definitely down more in the front. Definitely down more in the front. Which I think we're the opposite with all the other ones. So we'd be sitting somewhere between, what was that, a T7 and this. For ride height, right? T5 and a T7. Is it 5? 83, 40 probably would work well. I think the T5 has got about the same size tires as the one we have right now. The next up is the T7. T6. So you could probably try a T6, the 300, these here, 110, 145 Ultra, 145 horse. Is that going to pull it? No idea. I don't think so. I wouldn't think so. So we're definitely in the ground here. Okay, this the little engine that could is doing it. It is in the ground. It is pulling it. But something is not working like it should. I don't know. I would like to see if it actually grabbed in. If we could still do it. I wish there was like a hitch adjustment that you could play with. Would it help if I put a front weight on it? Does it say? You know, there's so many questions here. Plows. This thing. Sometimes they put a puzzle piece and link you to like a weight. At least a stock weight. Stock in-game weight. 2720 combination ripper. John Deere. Mod. $97,500. With the plow you can prepare fields for the next sowing and create new fields. That's probably the only thing we didn't do. Let's press Y. Create new fields. Still seems like it is. Those tires are weird. We ain't doing nothing. Ooh, we dug in a little bit. Ooh, there we go. Look at that. Finally dug in. We are at 0 miles an hour. And we are still moving. What is this tractor? All of 88 horsepower? Yeah. That's going to conclude the video. Like the video, that really gets me stoked. Subscribe if you haven't already. In the comments below, let me know what your experience is with this ripper. I really want to use this ripper, but this is the type of problems that I've been having with it. I'll come on my game, I'll buy 80 different tractors, try them all, and none of them work right with this ripper. Is it a setting or something? Do I gotta buy another piece? I don't know. Let me know in the comments below. Alright guys, take it easy. We'll catch you on the next one.